Hello friends, my name is Hiren Patel and I am software developer at ByteScout. In this webinar, we are going to review various endpoints of the PDF.co and we will practically see how to integrate it in various languages. PDF.co is a AI-powered API platform and it provides all the endpoints for the PDF, barcode, spreadsheet and many more. So let's get started. Let us see various services provided by the PDF.co. Here, under the products and solution menu, we can see some of the overview of the services provided by the PDF.co. So it provides the data extraction services. For example, if we want to extract data from the PDF and want to get data in some particular format such as CSV, JSON, text, Excel, it provides endpoints for them all. It also provides endpoints to edit PDF or fill the PDF forms. For example, if we want to add a text or image annotation to the PDF, or for any PDF form we want to fill out all the information, or we want to create a fillable PDF form also, it provides service for that. We can also have the PDF generation services. For example, we can create a PDF from HTML or the HTML template or any website URL or images or the any kind of document. We can generate the PDF. It provides file storage services. It is in the beta, but if you have any file and you want to store it on the PDF.co cloud, then you can certainly do so. It provides various PDF related tools, such as if you want to split PDF, merge PDF, or add or remove protection from the PDF. If you want to search or the replace data inside the PDF, if you want to compress PDF or from any scanned PDF, if you want to make it searchable, or if you want to translate any PDF, it provides all kind of tools. It also provides a spreadsheet related tools and also provides a barcode related tools. For example, if you want to read or create a barcode, it provides all the REST endpoints for that. Security is very important aspect of the PDF.co. PDF.co uses SSL and TLS security and file encryption to protect customer data. PDF.co is hosted on the world-class infrastructure so that it will keep all the data safe and secure. Please visit this page to get to know more about the security by the PDF.co. Signing up with the PDF.co is very simple. You can go to this sign up page and put up all the information like the name, email, phone number, and your account will be created. Once your account is created, you will receive the API key as well as the free credits to get to know about how to work with the PDF.co endpoints, and you can create your demo application as well. And PDF.co uses a credit for all of the API execution, and at here in the pricing tab link you can know for which service how many of the credits are required, as well as various plans, various subscription plans. For example, this is the very basic pay as you go, and based on your usage you can opt out for the various plans. And also for the various different endpoints, based on the server costing, it requires a different credits. For example, if you want to convert PDF to text, it will require 21 credits, which roughly around 0.021 per page. So based on your usage you can know how many credits it will require, and you can work smartly. PDF.co has very rich documentation for the developers, and it is continuously updating that. Here under the integration menu, if you open the REST API docs page, it will show you all the PDF.co endpoints as well, or various inputs to them. and the sample parameters and the sample output as well, like this. And you can also go to this GitHub page on the pdf.co, where you will find all the samples of the different endpoints. For example, if we open the CSV to PDF, and it will show you all the languages, and you will see all the programs for that language as well. Furthermore, you can download the Postman collection from here, and once the collection is downloaded and imported to the Postman, you will you will see all the collection in here. Let me show you that. So I'm opening my Postman collection here, and I have already imported the pdf.co collection, and you will see all the endpoints in here. And if we want to perform any operation in here, for example, here is the body, and it is containing one parameter called the URL, and it is having the different documents comma separated. And if we perform the send, it will invoke the pdf.co endpoint and get the output like this. So it is very user friendly to know different aspects of the implementation with the pdf.co. Now that we have a little bit background about the pdf.co, let us see a demo of it in the various programming languages.
In this video, we will see how to convert image to PDF using the pdf.co web API. So first of all, let us dive into the program. Here we are having the Node.js program, which basically utilizes, which having the two PDF, two images, and we are converting to the PDF. If we go step by step, first of all, we are defining the authentication keys, which will go into the headers of the API call. Then we are having the two image source files. Let us see what is inside this. So one image is the PNG and one is the JPEG. So here it's a PNG file, and it's a JPEG. So basically we are trying to combine these two images and generate one PDF. We have provided a destination path, and here it is the URL of the API. So the URL says like PDF convert from image, and we are passing the name of the destination file. Then you are passing the URLs in the comma separated format. Then we are providing the request info like the host information. Then we are passing the query path in the path parameter, and then we are providing the API key into X API key headers. Upon the getting the request, we will get JSON in the output. So basically, if the all goes well, we will get into the destination file and perform the download. Otherwise, we will show the log. So let us see. So here, let me log the output. Okay, now we are all set to go. I am firing up the terminal and executing the program. Let's see. And we got the output. So we got the output in the URL. We got the URL of the output file. It says it has the 2-page count, all goes well, status score 200, and the name is result.pdf. And these are the credits which is remaining. So it's for the API key, and let's see what the output says. Here it is. So these are the two images we sent as input, and we got the output. in the PDF format. So it's that easy to convert from the images to PDF. And if we want to see the more into this API, we can actually go into the documentation and explore the different options. So I have already opened up this API documentations, which is at the API docs.pdf.co, and here is the URL endpoint which we have used. So these are different parameters. So the file parameters, if we pass the actual file instead of the URLs, so we can also utilize the async option. So this is when we have the huge inputs. We want to we don't want to process while it is waiting. So after the output is done, we can check the job info whether it is completed or not, and in the job output it will have the actual URL of the file. We can download it and get the result. In the last video, we have seen how to convert images into the PDF. So this is the reverse of it. Here we are going to see how to convert the PDF into images using PDF to image API. Let's dive into code. So here we are having the C# implementation of it, and we are going to see how to do this asynchronously. So we have literally explained in the last video regarding async option, and we are going to see practically here. So as usual, first of all, we are having the authentication keys. We are going to declare that, and which we'll be utilizing in the headers. We are having the source file here. Let's see what's inside this. Okay, we are having the 2-page PDF file. If we want, we can specify the page numbers here. For example, which are the page numbers you want to convert to images. For example, 0, 1, we can provide the comma separated format, or if we want to have the range, we can give like 2-5, or if we want to have all the pages after certain page number, then we can do like this way, like all the pages after the 7. If the PDF is encrypted, we can provide the password, and make sure here like we are providing the async option to true. So upon the providing the async option, we will have the different response. So in the synchronous option, we directly get the output. It takes time to execute, but we directly get the output. But in the async option, we will get the job as output, and we have to check this job periodically, like it is completed or not, periodically. And once a state is completed, we will have the result of it. So we are having the web client. We have declared the web client object. We have provided the headers into this. We are preparing the URL for PDF to JPEG. So we want output in the JPEG images. So here it is, and URL is version 1 PDF convert to JPEG. We are providing the password. We are providing the pages. We are providing the URL, and we are enabling the async option. So after this is done, we are going to download the string into response. We are going to parse string into JSON. We are using the Newtonsoft for this. And if this all success, then we are getting the job ID, and we are going to check the result of this job in the do while loop. So you see here, so unless its data is completed, we are going into the infinite loop, and we have given the thread sleep of the 3 seconds. So, and if we go into this check job status. So you can see we are filing up the another API, like which basically just status of the job check, and we are providing the job ID here. Obviously, we are passing the API keys into headers. We are getting the response, and we are passing the response into JSON. We are fetching the status, and we are returning it. Once the status is success, we are passing the JSON URLs. So these are the URLs which will be there into this JSON file URL. So, and once that's ready, so basically we are going to download this. Let's see this practically. So I'm going to pause this video temporarily and providing my API keys. All right, let's see in the action. So I'm going to stop it at this point in the success. So once the job is completed, you will directly see its output. And if you want, okay, hold on, let me stop here actually. So we will see what is the output of this. Let's see what's inside this. So we are having the expected output files URL. So this will be going to be ready until the job is completed. Okay, job is completed now. So we will see what's in response of this. So we are going to download this file and we are going to grab the response, and we can see it is containing the two image URLs, because the page PDF itself is having the two pages. So, and we opt for the all pages. So we're getting the all pages URL, and we are getting the one by one URL, image URL, and simply downloading this. And once it's done, let us explore what's the output of it. So we haven't provided any specific path, so it will be in this debug. So it's the page 1, you can see, and it's page 2. So it's that easy to convert the PDF into images with PDF-Co. If you want to get to know more about this API, you can always go to the documentation and find out the path of it. So it's at the apidocs.pdf.co. Thank you. In this video, we are going to see the PDF information API. There are many cases when we want to know the information regarding the PDF, then this API can be useful. The informations like if you want to know how many page counts in the PDF, who is the author of this PDF, what's the title of the PDF, who is the producer, basically what's the software which produces this PDF, if any subjects there needs, when it is created, if any bookmarks is there, if the create keywords is there, etc. And the URL which we will be going to utilize is pdf/info. We can provide the input in the two ways. We can either provide the file or we can directly provide the URL. If the PDF is encrypted, we can provide the password here. And as obvious, we are going to provide the API key in the headers. Let us see in this action. So here we are having the Node.js program for this. We have the placeholder for the API keys. We have the input PDF here, which we will utilize. We are preparing the query for this. We prepare the request option here with the header containing the API key. In this case, we are not having the URL. We are directly providing the file into the file key parameter. and basically we are creating the read stream and provide the input path, so which basically convert the file into the blob and going to send as a form data. So upon the response, we are going to see whether it succeed or not. If it succeed, then we are going to get all the information we received about the input PDF file and going to display into the console. So let's see in action. I have already replaced the API keys here. So okay, I have fired up the terminal. I am getting the command ready, node file name. Let's see. Oh, so basically we will require to install the or require the modules. So I'm doing that. npm install request. Okay, once it's done, let's see. Okay, it's uploading the file and we got the response. So let's see what the response is containing. So we have the one page count, the author, the title, the producer, subject. So basically we got all the basic information about the PDF. So it's that easy to know the PDF information by using the PDFCO. Thank you. In this program, we are going to see how to make the searchable PDF using the PDFCO. Let's dive into the code first. Here we are having one PDF file which is basically containing a image or the scan version of the page, and we are going to make the searchable of this. So you see, this is the image. I cannot select the text. Now let's see the program. So first of all, we are having the placeholder for the API keys. The API keys which will be going to in the header of the request. We are having the variable for the source file. We are having the variable which represent the pages. So basically we are going to declare the pages which we want to process. Where if the page is protected, then we need password. So the placeholder for the password. This page is not protected, but in case it is that, this is the for the language. For example, it's for the OCR. Like the PDFCO supports the support for the many languages. For example, English, French, Spanish, etc. And our our input file is in English format, so we are going to specify the ENG here. We are going to specify the destination file name here. The program is very simple. We are creating the client of the web. We are creating the object of the web client. We are providing the header keys. So what we are doing is, so here we are having the physical file. To process, we will require the URL. So first of all, we are getting the pre-signed URL. So basically we are going to getting the placeholder URL for the PDF file to which we are going to upload the file. So here by calling this URL, we are getting the pre-signed URL and we are providing the source file. So basically we are just providing the file name here and we are going to hit the request, and once we got the response back, so we are utilizing that URL, basically pre-signed URL, and we are uploading the actual file here, you see. So to the pre-signed URL, we are actually uploading the file here. And once that's completed, so we are actually doing the processing to make it searchable. So here we are generating URL to make the searchable PDF. We are providing the parameters like the name, password, pages, language, and URL. And once we get the response, we are converting it to JSON. We are using the Newtonsoft underneath, and if all goes well, we are grabbing the result URL and we are basically downloading the file. So that's what we are doing here, and let's see it action. So I'm going to pause the video and replace these keys with my actual keys. Okay, the replacement of the key is completed. Let's see in action. I'm going to set up the breakpoint here and start the program. Okay, let's see. So here we have generated the URL. To get the pre-signed URL, we are providing the file name here. We got the response. Let's see. So in the response, we got the, let us see this actually. We got the pre-signed URL to which we are going to upload the file, and we got the different other objects which we are not going to utilize here. It got successfully. Then we got the URL, we got the uploaded file URL, and we are basically putting the file here. So you see it's the source file which we are going to actually upload this. And once upload is completed, we are going to make the URL for the make searchable PDF API call, and here it is. So we have provided different parameters like the name of the output file, the password, which is not case, the pages we kept it blank because we want to process all the pages. We provide the English as a language. In the URL, we provide the pre-signed URL here, basically output URL. Now let us hit this and see what happens. This is a synchronous option, so it might take time. So there are different versions, like we can also process in the asynchronous mode. So if the file is huge, so we don't want to wait for the response while it executes. So let's see the output here. So we got the success. Here is the result PDF. It is displaying the page count, so it is a total 1 page. There is a no error, and the status and different parameters. So here we have downloaded the file and writing in the console, and it's completed. Let's see actually the result. We have not specified the specific location, so by default is in the debug, and it's the result. So you see this is the result, and if I want to select the file, I can select it, I can copy it, I can paste it. So basically you can see like the layout is the same, but the file is now searchable. Basically it's unscanned version of it. So if you want to go more learn more about this API, then you can go into the documentation here. So in the API docs.pdf.co you can find for this, and here's all the options here. In this video we're going to see how we can merge two PDF files using the PDF merging API by the pdf.co. So here we're going to do something differently. We have the Java implementation for this, and we're going to see how we can do this call in the Java. So the approach is the same regardless of whatever the language or framework you are using. So first of all, we have the placeholder for the API keys, which we will be going to provide here. We are having the two input files. Let's see the content of it, and for which we are going to perform the merge operation here. So it's the first one. So you see there is a 1-page PDF file here, and here is the second file. Let me expand a bit into second file. So there are two PDF files of the 2 page. So output should be the 2 page, and we have provided the destination file here, and the API endpoint we are going to utilize it. It's here like v1 PDF merge. We are going to provide the name of the output file, and we are going to provide the URLs in the comma separated format. Okay, and here we are preparing the request. We are providing the API key in the header. We are executing the request, and if the request went well, we are going to get the response back and pass it to the JSON here. And if the JSON contains no error, basically if it is processed successfully, then we're going to get the URL of the generated file, save it here, and we're going to download it. So for the download, we have created one function here. So what it does, basically, it prepares the request for the downloading. It calls the web client, gets the byte, and saves to the destination file using the file output stream. Okay, let's get started. So temporarily, I'm going to pause the video and replace my secret API key here. Okay, I have replaced the keys here, and let's execute it. Let's see in action. So it's finishing the project, and okay, I guess it has executed it, and let's see whether it has generated the output or not. So I'm going to see in the output. Let's see. Okay, here it is. So it has generated the result PDF, and we can see it is containing the 2 pages, the page 1 from the first input and page 2 from the second input. So it's that easy to merge the PDF files using the PDF merging API by PDFco. In this video, we're going to see how we can perform the split PDF using the PDF splitting API by the PDFco. Here we are having the PowerShell program for this. So we have basically PowerShell implementation of the split PDF. And first of all, let us see the input file, which we are going to split it up. Here it is. And there are totally 4 pages here. You see, the first page with image, second page with text, third page with the references, and the fourth page with the different way, like with the article, source, and contributions. Now, what we are going to do here, so here we have the variable for the pages. So whatever the page number we want to split it up, we are going to have the comma separated representation for it. For example, in the first split, we want the page number 1 to 2, and in the second split, we want all the pages after the third. So this kind of pages we are going to split up, and we are going to make this a asynchronous job. So this is the URL of the API call we are going to perform for the split PDF. You see, it's a base URL, and then our URL is the PDF split. We are going to provide the input parameters like the pages and the URL of the input file, and this is asynchronous operation, so async. Now, while the invoking, we are going to provide the API keys in the headers, and once we have got the response, because this is the async operation, we are going to get the job ID in the response. So we are fetching the job ID here, and this is the placeholder for the actual response. So initially, this URL doesn't contain anything until the job is completed. So one is completed, we are going to use this URL and get the details. So we are inside the infinite while loop here till the job is completed. We are checking the jobs periodically, and once it's succeeded, so we are going to get all the files inside the result JSON file, and we're going to perform the download one by one. Here it is. So let's see this in action. So I'm going to pause the video and replace this API keys with my key. Alright, now that I have replaced it, let's fire up the terminal. So we are having the PowerShell terminal here, and I'm simply going to execute it. And here we go. Okay, so we got the job response. It's working and it succeeded, and it's getting all the files. It has downloaded the first part and the second part. So let us see it in action. So how it is that, and we're going to reveal in the Explorer so that we can see the files here. So here is the first part of the 2 pages. First page with the image, second page with all the text, and here is the second part. You see here all the references and the article sources. So it's that easy to perform the split operation with the PDFCO. In this video, we're going to see how we can search a text within the PDF. Let us see the documentation first. So the API URL is like this: v1 is the version information, PDF, and find. And there are different input parameters. Like if we want to make this job as async operation, then we can provide this parameter to the value true. If we want to encrypt the output file, we can enable this parameter. We can pass the input as a directly uploading the file or by the URL. The search string, like what we want to search into the PDF, we can provide here. Here it is the optional parameter, like the name of the generated output files. These are the pages. Again, it is optional. If it is not provided, then it is going to search in all the pages. But if provided, then it is going to search for this search string value into the specified pages. This is the optional parameter, like we want to enable the inline option or not. So we want to provide the word matching mode or not here, and we want to search by the regex. Yes, we can search by the regex also. If we have enabled this regex, then we need to provide the regex into this search string parameter. And if the file is encrypted, then we can provide the password of the PDF file here. Here are some responses. Response status is it's pretty standard response, and in the response we are going to have the all the result with their coordinates in the pages. So if you want to perform advanced operation into that, then we can utilize this. So let's get started with the code. So here we are having the VB.NET implementation of this. Here is the placeholder for the API keys. We are having the source file. Let us see what is inside this. Here it is. So we are having the standard invoice PDF as input. Then we are going to provide, we are having the placeholder for the pages, which we are not providing because we want to search in all the pages. It's a placeholder for the password. It's a placeholder for the search string. So we are basically passing the regex operation here, and we want to get all the numbers. So basically this is the regex for finding all the numbers in the document here. And we are creating the object for the web client. We are providing the API key in the header. We are preparing the query, and here is the URL for it. we have passed all the parameters like the password, pages, URL, search string, and the regex. And once the response is there, we are going to parse the response, and we are only going to display the found text with their coordinates. So let's see this in action. So I'm going to temporarily pause this video and update these keys with my secret keys. Now that I have replaced the key here, let us see this in action. So we have provided the API keys in the headers. We have generated the query here. Let us see. Here it is. We are going to request it and we will see the response. Let us see what it is containing. So it has got all the numbers with their coordinates, and we are passing to the JSON here, and we will display all the numbers with their coordinates. So let us see the output. Here it is. So it has found total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers within these coordinates. So it's that easy to find any text using the directly text or with the regex using the PDFCO. In this video, we are going to see how we can add an image into existing PDF with the PDFCO. First of all, let us see the documentation. So for this, we are having the API named PDF/edit. If you can observe, like we are having the different version for this. Like if you want to add text or image into existing PDF, we are having the PDF/edit/add, which we are going to use this. But there are different versions. Like if you want to delete text from the PDF, we are having the API endpoint like the delete text. If you want to search and replace text within the PDF, we are having the replace text. If you want to replace a text within an image, like basically the scan version, like for that we are also having the provision. Let us see this API parameters and response. So input parameters, most of the input parameters are universal, like the async parameter if you want the output in the async mode, the encrypt parameters if you want output file encrypted. So here the width and height parameters, so width and height of the input image. So these are the coordinates to where we want to add the image or text file. If you want a text or image as a transparent version, then we can enable the transparent true. The color of the text, so this the URL image, like the URL of the image file which we are going to add. These parameters are for the source PDF. If you want to upload the file, then we can utilize these. If you want to add a URL of it, we can have the URL. If you want to add the text, then whatever the text we want to add, we can add here the font name, the type, and the pages, into which pages we are going to add these things, and we are having the output. So let us see this in action. So first of all, we are providing the API keys here. We are providing the source PDF file here. Let us see what it is containing. So it's the standard invoice file which we are having here. We are not providing the list of pages, so it will add in all the pages. Our input PDF is not encrypted, so we are leaving this password field blank. We are providing the result file here, and now that we are adding the image into it, we have specified type as image. We have provided the coordinates to where the image need to be added. We have provided the width and height, and we have provided the image URL. So let us see what we are adding here. Oops. So we are adding the logo of the Byte Scout here, and we are generating the query here. So like the PDF/edit add then we are providing the name, we are providing the password, we are providing the pages, URL, type, then X and Y coordinates, we are specifying the width and height, and the URL image. With this done, we are preparing the request option with the host and headers containing the API key, and then we're going to send the request. Upon the response, we are passing it to JSON, and if all goes well, then we are going to download the file, and we are done here. So let us see this in action. So I'm temporarily pausing this video and updating this API key, and then we will perform the execute. Okay, with this done, let us fire up the terminal and execute the program. Okay, the file is generated now, and let us see. Yes, it is generated. Let's explore in the Explorer and let us see the result file. And here it is. So we have successfully added the image to the existing PDF. So that's how easy to manipulate the PDF file to add the image object into that by using the PDFCO web API. In this video, we're going to see how we can add a text into existing PDF. So to add the text into existing PDF, we are going to utilize this UI like PDF edit add, and we are going to have the type as annotation. We are going to specify the coordinates, X and Y coordinates. We are going to see the text which we are going to insert. We are specifying the font, we have specified the font size, we have specified the color of the font. And so this is a pretty simple stuff, but to make it more interesting, what we are actually doing this. So in the input page, so what we are going to see, like we are searching for some placeholder like notes, and we are going to add a text beneath it. So this is some kind of real world scenario, like where we are searching the text and adding it here. So for example, it is containing the node section here, and the text we are going to fill it up is beneath this. So it's kind of the form filling, we can say here. So what we are doing here, so first of all, we have the dependency of this request, so let us install this right away. npm install request, and while it is downloading and installing, let us see which are the different things. So we are providing the search text, and to search the text, we are utilizing the PDF/find API, and in the response, we will get the coordinates of the found text, and that coordinates we are going to utilize it and insert here. So we are providing some top margin here so that it will look good text, and here we are generating the URL. We are providing all the parameters here. We are providing the file name here. We are providing the password here. We are providing the pages here, page numbers in which we want to replace it. We are specifying the URL of the source file. We are providing the type. The type is annotation here. So because this is the text we want to add here. And then we are providing the X and Y coordinates. We are providing the text we want to include. We provide the font name, and we provide the font size and the color. And in the header, as usual, we are providing the API keys. And in the response, and if it is successful, then we are going to download this. So I'm going to pause this video to replace the API keys, and we will execute it later. So now that I have replaced the API keys, let us see this in action. So I'm going to write node and the script name. Okay, it had found the text nodes at these coordinates. it has fired up the request and generated the result and stored it here. Let us see this in Rivian Explorer, and here it is. So you see the notes section is filled. So it's that easy to tweak any existing document to add the notes into it by using the PDFCO APIs. In this video, we're going to see how to convert a PDF to text using the PDFCO. So here we are doing something different. We are having the curl implementation of this. So curl is basically command line URL, and we will see how to use. The basically it will generate the command line executables, and let's see how to implement a REST API program here. And the standard stuff, we have provided the API keys here. We have provided the source URL of the input file. Let us see what it is containing. It is standard invoice file which we are having, and we have not provided the pages because we want to extract all the page to text here. PDF is not password protected, so we leave the password field blank. We have provided the result file name with the result.txt, and we are generating the query here. So for the PDF to text, so the API key which we want to use here is convert to text. Then we have provided the parameters like the name of the result file, the password, the pages, URLs, and here we are basically going to execute it. The curl represent these executable files, curl.exe, and we are providing the API key in the headers, and we provide the query, and whatever the response we get, we want to store it into response.json file. Okay, let's get started. So I'm temporarily going to pause this video and update this API key here. Okay, with that done, let us fire up the command prompt internally, and let us see what we got in the output. It says the code is already running. Let's see if it is generated or not. I don't get it, so why it is not generating? Let us execute again. It looks like some problem here. Let us fire up directly from here. And we are done with this. So it has successfully processed the file, and we got the output here in this URL, and let us see what it is containing. So it contains all the contents of this PDF file in the text format. So this is how easy to have the PDF to text using the PDFCO. In this video, we are going to see how we can convert a PDF to JSON with the PDFCO. So here we are having the C# implementation for this PDF to JSON. So first of all, we are having the placeholder for the API key. Then we are providing the source file. Let us see what is the content of the source file. So we are having the standard invoice here. Then we are going to provide the pages here in the comma separated list. So whatever the pages we want to convert that to JSON, so we are going to provide here. If our pages input PDF is a password protected, then we are having the placeholder for the password, but which is not case here. So we are leaving this empty. We are having the result file name, destination file name as the result.json. So what we are actually doing, like we are creating the instance of the web client. We are providing the API keys in the header, and then we are going to generate the request string here. So the API key for API URL for here is the convert to JSON, and then we are going to provide the name here. We are going to provide the password here. Then we are going to provide the pages which we want to convert to JSON, and then the URL of the input file. So let us see this in documentation. So we're going to convert to JSON. So it is containing the different input parameters. Like if you want to have the async version running, then we can provide these async parameters. If you provide the async parameters, then it will return us the job ID, which we need to check iteratively, like whether this job is completed or not, with using this job/check URL. And if you want output in the encrypted format, then we need to enable this parameter. If you want to retrieve the JSON as an inline body, then we need to specify this inline option true, otherwise it will give us a link to the output file. These are the input parameters. Like if we want to provide the URL directly as input, then we can use the URL, or if you want to upload the file, then we can utilize this file parameter. These are the profile parameters. Like if you want to provide the additional settings here, then we can utilize this. Here is the name of the output file. Here's the password if the file is password protected, and these are different parameters which we don't need to go into details here. Let us see this in action. So I am temporarily going to pause this video to replace this key, and then we'll go in live. Okay, I have replaced the API keys here, and let us see this in action. So, okay, we have created the instance, we have provided the API key in header, we have generated the query here. Let us see what is the request query. So it's convert to JSON, the name of output file, the URLs. It's processing, we got the response back. So we have not provided the inline parameter, so we are getting the result file URL here. And it's successfully, so it is going to fetch the result URL and download it. And the download is completed. Let's see the result file. We have not provided any default path, so it's been debug, and here it is. So let us see what it is containing. Here it is. So it has generated the JSON for our input file, and it has gave us all the necessary fields, like the whatever the text, the font name, its size, its style, its coordinates, its color too, its width and height, and the text. So this is a very detailed information which we are going to get back. You see, so for all the inputs, we are going to get its coordinates and all the information back. So that's how easy to get the JSON from the PDF file using the PDFCO web API. In this video, we are going to see how to convert a PDF to XML with the PDFCO. We are having the Node.js implementation here, and it is it is depending on the request. So let us install this module. Now that it is going to install this, let us see what the program contains. So it has a placeholder for the API keys here. We're providing the API keys here. We're having the source file here. So in this program, we are not going to have the URL. We are having the actual file here. Let us see the contents of this file. Okay, it is the standard invoice file here. We are going to provide the pages for which we want to generate the XML file. If our input page is password protected, then we will need this, but we are not having this case here. We are going to provide the result file name here, and here we are generating the URL here. So what we are using is the PDF convert to XML. We are providing the request options. We are providing the API key in the header. We are providing the form data. So you see, so we have provided the name, password, and pages, and the file here. And the file, what we are actually doing, we are creating the read stream. So basically, it is internally creating the byte array and going to pass here as a form data. And once we got the response here, so we are utilizing the request.post. Basically, we are using the post request here. And once we got it here, so what we are doing, we are parsing the JSON body, and if all goes well, then we are getting the destination file and we are downloading that. So let us see in this section. So I am temporarily going to pause this video and replace the API key here. Okay, now that I have replaced the API key, let us see this in action. So I'm going to fire up the terminal and executing this. Okay, it has created the result XML file. Let us see the content of it. You see, so it has generated all the output in the XML format. So if you see, we are having the text element here, and we are having the text in the content, and in attributes we are having the different informative attributes like what is the font name, what is the font size, which are the coordinates, what's the width, what's the height, and so on. So that's that easy to convert the PDF to XML with the PDFCO APIs. In this video, we are going to see how to convert a PDF to HTML using the PDFCO APIs. So let us see the documentation first. So the URL for the API is the convert to HTML, and this method basically converts the PDF, PNG, or JPEG document to the HTML. We can have the two versions like the GET and POST request. It supports both, and it automatically preserves the layouts, vectors, images formatting. So it will take care of all the things. We can have the async version of this file also. If the PDF file is big, then we should have the async version, because it will give us a job ID and it will take a time to run. So we can periodically come here and check the status of the job, whether it is completed or not. If you want to output file as an encrypted version, then we can enable this file. We can provide the input file in the two ways. We can either provide the file or the URL of the PDF. This is the optional output file, the name of the file. If the PDF file is password protected, then we should set these password parameters here. This parameter is simple. So by default, it is the false. Like if you want to have the plain HTML as the output, then we can set this to true to get the plain HTML. But by default, it is false, and which will give us the rich HTML with the CSS formatting. If our PDF file is having the columns formatted enable, like the newspaper, it is having the columns, then we should enable this parameter. And let us see this in action. So we are having the Node.js program for this. So here we are having the input file. So we are having the standard invoice as input. Then we are having the pages, we are having the password, we have the destination file, we have enabled the plain HTML to false, we have enabled the column layout to false, and we are generating the query path here. So we are having the convert to HTML, and we are providing the different parameters like the name, password, pages, simple, columns, and URL. And we are generating the request option here. We are providing the host here. We are having the query string in the path parameter, and we are providing the header file. and we are enable the get response, and once we got the data, we are converting to the JSON, and if the JSON does not have any error, then we are grabbing the destination file and we are going to store it. So let us see this in action. Let us fire up the terminal and see. So it's executing and successfully generate the result.html file. Let us see this in Explorer. And here it is. So you see this is basically the HTML file, but it has preserved all the formatting of the PDF file. So it's that easy to convert to any HTML, any PDF to HTML format using the PDFCO APIs. In this video, we will see how to generate a barcode with the PDFCO API. In order to generate the barcode with PDFCO, we are having the API named barcode/generate. The parameters it have are like the async. If we want to have the async operation turn on, then we can opt for this parameter name. If we want our output file encrypted, then we can enable this encrypt parameter true. This is optional parameter name, the file name of the generated image. So basically whatever barcode we generate, it will be in the image format. So whatever name we want to choose, we can provide in the name field. This value field like what value this barcode should contain, like this value we will give in this value format and the type of the barcode. So if we don't provide any type, it will be by default the QR code. So if we have to change this type as per our requirement. So here are all the supported barcodes. So pretty much it covers all of the barcodes, and the response is the image format. So let us see this in action. So I'm having the C# code here running, and if we go through the code, like first of all, we are having this API keys placeholder. So we have to provide the API key here. Then we are having the parameter for the result file name, where we have specified the barcode type to the code 128. We are providing some barcode values here, and we are while generating the request. So we are first creating the object of the web client. We are setting the headers API key with our API key, and we are generating the query string here with the parameters of the name and type and value. Upon the response, we will first check after passing to the JSON, and we check like whether it is succeed or not by checking the error property of the response. If it is succeed, then it must have the URL parameter field with the result file URL. We will get this and we will simply download this file. So let us see this in action. So I'm going to pause this video temporarily and fill out my API key here. Okay, I have replaced my API keys. Let us see this in action. So I'm going to set up the breakpoint here and start the debugging. We have generated the web client. We have set up the API keys header. We have created the query object. So here we have added the barcode generate. We have added the name of the output file. We have provided type as code 128, and we have provided the value. And let us see the response. So in the response, it is containing the URL of the output file. The error is false. It succeeded successfully. And let us resume the program and see what is the output. It will be in the bin debug, and here it is. So you can see like here is the code 128 for the request value we have provided. So it's that easy to generate the barcode with the PDFCO web API. In this video, we will see how we can read the barcode value with using PDFCO web API. If we go to the documentation, so URL to read the barcodes is like api.pdfco v1 barcode read from URL. If we see the input parameters, so the first is like async. If the input file is bigger and we want to perform this in async version, so we can enable this parameter and it will give us the job ID, and we can check the status of this job by using the job check API method, and upon the success we can read the values. If we want the output in the accretive file format, so then we can enable this parameter. It provides the almost all the common barcode types here. We can provide the all the supported barcode types in the comma separated format, so it will only try to read that values only. So these parameters are for the input files. If you want to pass the URL, then we can use this parameter. If we want to pass directly file, then we can use this parameter. And these parameters pages is for the pages we want to read from. For example, if the PDF file is containing the many pages and we are sure like barcode is only in this page and we want to read only for that page, then we can provide the page number in that in the zero base numbers, and the output is the array of the barcodes. It is giving the barcode value along with the different useful informations like the type of the barcode or the confidence score or the coordinates where the barcode is read. So this API like this. Let us see this in action. So here we are having the Node.js implementation of the barcode reading. So first of all, we are having the placeholder for the API keys. We are having the PDF file as a PDF file URL as an input file. Let us see what it contains. Here it is containing the several barcodes here. Then we are having the variable like barcode types, and we have provided the 4 different kinds of barcodes here. So it will only try to search for these barcodes only. We have leave the pages parameter to blank, so it will search for all the pages, and here we are generating the query part. So we have provided the URL, barcode read from URL, types parameter, pages, URL, so which contains the input file URL, and we are creating the request option and providing the headers here, and then we are performing the get operation, and in the response we are trying to pass to the JSON, and the JSON field for the error is false, which means basically it successfully passed. Then we are iterating the barcodes array, and we are console.log all the parameters. So let us see this in action. So I am temporarily going to pause this video and update the API key here. Alright, I have updated the API keys. Let us fire up the console and let us execute the node command here. So it has started the uploading, and let us wait for the response, and here we got response. So it has found the barcodes. Let us see what it contains. Like the first barcode is of the type code 138, its value test123. It's found on the page number 0 because the PDF containing only one page, so page number 0, and the coordinates and the confidence score. So likewise we can use the PDFco API to read the barcode values.
Alright, till now we have seen how to integrate PDF.co with various programming languages. Now if we are using any third-party provider and if we want to use the PDF.co, then we can use the plugins and extensions already developed by the PDF.co. For example, if you want to use PDF.co with a Zapier, you can explore this page, and here you can find ready-made the Zaps made by the PDF.co. It also provides other integrations, almost all kinds of plugins available. For example, if we want to use PDF.co with the RPA, for example UiPath, then you can come to this page and download the PDF.co extension for the UiPath, As well, to get to know more about it, you can also watch the videos on the integration. If you are an enterprise and looking for hosting PDF.co into your own server, then you can opt for the PDF.co enterprise solution. With that, you can get all the source PDF.co and you can host it as per your requirement. For more information onto this, please go to this on-premises API server and you will get more information. If you are having a requirement where you want to directly use the SDKs instead of the online cloud-based services, then you can go to the ByteScout. So ByteScout provides all the SDKs and it is the backbone of the PDF.co, and you can opt for the ByteScout SDKs and you can pair SDKs as per your requirement. It works perfectly offline. And if you are just an end user who are looking for a tool to do various PDF related activities such as merging PDF or the splitting PDF or converting PDF to various formats, then you can come to this free website which is developed by the ByteScout and PDF.co. It's named pdflite.co. It contains different tools which is absolutely free and it is offline, so all of the processing is done into your browser. Your data won't go to any server. So this is the perfect case if you just want any operation to be done manually. So this is the place you can visit. With this, we have reached to the end of our webinar. We have seen various features and a great amount of practicals on the PDF.co. If you have any question, please write it down in the comment section down the below video, and you can also request the support on the PDF.co website. Thank you.